Hey dudes and chicks and neither, if those rules don't apply to you, today I'm going to be taking the virginity of this palette. It's called the Neon Drip. It's by Poppi Cosmetics. And so I thought it would be kind of cool to start just reviewing some makeup that I haven't seen very many reviews on. And honestly, I'm surprised that this isn't more popular because this is what the color story looks like. And honestly, it wouldn't have mattered who the fucking brand was. When I saw this, I was like, I have to have that. And so this is the palette that I'm going to be working with today. And if you guys are interested in seeing me do a look with this, and if you guys like to watch, then stay with me. And I'm going to start with the color Baddie because this is the color that just like screams to me. And I'm just going to take this into my crease. I'm using my e.l.f. crease brush and I'm just going to start packing that into the outer corner. Ooh, oh my God. Basically, you can just throw all your other neon palettes away. Oh my goodness, look at that. Oh, it's been a while since I've done my makeup. My blend hand is not strong. You gotta keep your swatch hand strong, ladies and gentlemen, and neither if those rules don't apply to you. So ever since I've been preparing for the end of the world and world domination and the stand, basically, I've been preparing for the stand, getting my spiritual game beefed up and my getting the high ground and beefing up my immunities and just doing all the things. Oh my gosh, look at that. So pretty. Anyways, it seems to be applying fairly well. I'm actually pretty happy with it. This e.l.f. blending brush is not as good as some other brushes that I usually start with, but it's a little bit smaller than the brushes that I usually use, and so I'm just kind of trying out different brushes and trying out new techniques. And I think I'm just going to take some more of this color into the inner corner. Yeah, I took one look at this palette and I could not resist it. Like nothing in the world could have kept me from this palette. I'm going in with my Zoeva 221 and I'm going to use the color Culture to blend that out. Oh, and so what I was saying was, essentially, I haven't done my makeup at all since everything started closing down, and it's just been craziness. I'm in Montana, and everything is closed. Schools are closed, everything is closed. What a crazy fucking thing that is happening. So I've just been trying to beef up on my meditation and prayer and nutrition, and basically like calling all my old friends and calling in all the favors. And now that all those things are squared away, let's do makeup. So I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about, I hear there's just a lot of different takes, and most of the people in the beauty community, from what I hear, it's just been most videos have been kind of content creators are basically stating that like that's not what they want to talk about on this channel, and so they want to keep it light and they want to kind of be a distraction for people who could use a distraction right now. And I've been thinking a lot about distraction, and honestly I wanted to talk about distraction on this channel before, because as an addict, like my game is distraction, and so for me it's really important for me to stay engaged. And I'm going to go into the color Side Chick, this awesome like fluorescent coral. This is my Kaleidos S2. And so yeah, it's really important for me to not get too caught up in distraction, because for me the solution is always to engage. The solution is always to act. It's never distraction. And so I'm not saying that a good distraction isn't like, you don't always need to be grinding. You don't always have to be grinding. But my coach told me yesterday, because my coach is like a voice of reason for me a lot of times when I'm like going crazy, which is sometimes. It's not like as much as I say it is. Like I say I'm always going crazy, but I'm actually a fairly grounded person, and usually if it looks like I'm going crazy, what's going on in my head is fairly reasonable. But my coach was like, now is not the time to stick your head in the sand. And that just made so much sense to me. So for me, distraction is a killer for me because I will get so caught up in distraction that I don't want to come back. I don't want to come back from Vampire Diaries. I don't want to come back. I just want to do my makeup all day. And so like for me, distraction is the equivalent of, you know, like you'll hear addicts say, well, you might not, but you're about to, that my first drug was men, or like my first drug was fantasy, or my first drug was reading. And for me, reading was my first drug. Like I'm going to go back into the color Baddie with my e.l.f. blending crease brush, and I'm just going to blend that out. Man, this is fucking pretty. For me, reading was my first drug. I could get so lost in books. I'll just jump into a book and I'll never come back. Like, oh my God, if anything by Anne Rice, if Anne Rice writes anything, I will literally read it until I am like lost in a world where I just don't want to come back. So yeah, essentially for me, distraction can be a dangerous place. And also like, I think we live in a culture where distraction is everything. And so if on the off chance we were worried about our civil liberties being taken or, you know, anything like that, you know, it's easy for us to remain docile when we're strung out on YouTube, we're strung out on TV, we're strung out on Netflix, we're strung out on online shopping, we're strung out on drugs and alcohol, we're strung out on food, we're strung out on love with like online dating sites and Tinder and Bumble and Grindr, and I'm not saying anything against any of those things. Those things are all super great, but they're also like, they're just a way to keep us distracted. And so for me, I utilize distraction far too much in my life already. And so it's really important for me right now to stay engaged. I just wanted to say that shit. So anyway, I feel good about this. I'm going to take my Moda Pro 402 smudger brush and I'm going to go back into this color Side Chick and I'm going to run that along my lower lid. Well, actually like right on my lash line. So yeah, my coach was like, now is not the time to stick your head in the sand. And I can't help but think that that's like probably the best advice that I've got. And it seems like there's a few different camps as far as like what's going on right now. There's camps that care about the virus. And there's camps that care about the economy. And there's camps that care about martial law. I feel like I'm just going to blow this out. I'm just using all the same brushes and going back through the same colors and blending this out. And I'm just going to carry this back out here because you guys know I love to do that. If you guys are interested in some other makeup artists that do this, Mama Mitchell is from the UK and he doesn't have a channel to speak of, but if you can catch him on some videos, if you just Google him or YouTube him, Mama Mitchell, and you can watch all the videos of him, he's like my favorite makeup artist and well, one of two. And so he's the person that I kind of picked that up from, is like dragging that color out and up onto the temple and just like all crazy bold some different, you know, shit. Like where are the lines? Like we have to keep pushing the lines. So like the lines used to be right here and then the lines are right here and then I have to keep pushing the lines. So I push my makeup to here and down here and it's like we just have to keep pushing the lines. But yeah, so it seems like there's different camps of where the areas of concern are economy, the virus, and world domination. And it seems to me like there's also the camp of people who are like, nothing's really going on. I don't even care about the virus and everything like that. So that's fine too. Honestly, a lot of people that feel that way are probably going to skate through this unscathed. I remember when I was using and literally everything that was going on in the world didn't mean fuck all to me. I didn't even know what was happening. I was using so much. And so in ways I've kind of thought like, man, if I was still using, I wouldn't even know this was going on. But I was in Costco like 2 days ago, just buying groceries, not really doing anything crazy or whatever. And I saw one of my old friends that I used to use with, and he's clean too, and he's doing really well. I mean, he's an ass-kicking friend. I'm putting NYX Glitter Primer on with my Luxie 246. He's an awesome friend. He was like, I'm just so grateful that we're able to go to the store and actually buy food for this. Because when I was using, I wasn't able to like do anything like that. I was completely incapable. And so in a way, I'm like, well, if I was still using, would I even know this is going on? And then on the other hand, I'm like, I'm so grateful I'm clean. So I can be like spiritually and physically and mentally engaged in life and the solution rather than floundering like our government. Just kidding. So, okay, here's the thing. I'm going to use the color Slippery. I wanted to use the color Lit, but I think I'm going to use that for my inner corner highlight. So let's see how this performs, because these shimmers look like magic. And I hope that they look. I'm going to use a different brush. That was the wrong brush, girl. I'm going in with my Zoeva 234. And I'm just going to get this loaded up onto here. Oh, there we go. Ooh. I feel like the chick that started this, I think her name is Nikki. I might be wrong. I shouldn't even say that right now. But basically, I think the chick that started this company is pretty brave to start a brand with this particular color story, just because, you know, there's the Huda Neon Obsessions and there's the Anastasia Mini Pro Volume 1. Okay, now I'm going to go into the color Wet. And I'm going to use that along the top line. And I am using my S4, my Kaleidos S4. Just because, like, this could really go wrong. And, you know, if the quality of this palette isn't superb, then it's just another Neon Obsessions palette, which is fine. But I've been wondering why I haven't seen it. And the reason why is because the color story, I'm certain of it. Or maybe people just haven't seen it. The color story is very, like, it's very, oh, what's the word I'm looking for? Like reminiscent of, or like derivative of the Neon Obsessions palette. But it seems like the quality is better. That's cute. Okay, I'm going to use my e.l.f. blending crease brush with no additional product, and I'm just going to blend that out. And then my Kaleidos S1, maybe, hopefully, S5. And I'm going to go into the color Slippery again. Yeah, these colors are kind of difficult to get up. And I'm just blending this along my lower lid. And now, for the final touch, with my Zoeva 238, I'm going to go into the color Lit. This is the color that I actually wanted to put on my lid, but I didn't think there would be any kind of variation if I use that. And so I'm just going to use that to highlight my inner corner. Oh my god, this color is badass. Oh, I should have used that. I'm going to use that as my lid color on my next look. That is fucking beautiful. Oh, nice. Okay, I mean, that was super simple, and I just sat here yammering on the whole time. So hopefully I don't have a ton of editing. Yeah, I'm going to put on some liner, do my other lid, lipstick, all that good shit, and I'll be back when I'm done. Okay, so this is the final look. I love it. This palette is super great. I will talk about like some of the differences that I've recognized so far is like, so instead of how the Neon Obsessions palette by Huda Beauty are like, the shimmers kind of are like prone to hard pan. And so I was thinking that this color right here, Slippery, was doing that, but it wasn't. It's actually more formulated like the ColourPop Super Shock formula. So it actually has really good payoff. I don't know how many of you guys had poor luck with the Huda Beauty Neon Obsessions shimmers, but this palette doesn't do that. And so I didn't try to use my finger yet, obviously, but I think that you would have a lot, like really good luck using your finger as well. Some people don't like to use the finger. I'm all about the finger in more ways than one. So I used my LA Girl Shockwave Neon Lip Liner in the color Pop in my waterline. I was actually going to use the color Boots by ColourPop, but Zoe was like, don't you have a brighter one? And I was like, I do, but I was going to use this one. And she was like, I think you should use this one. So I fucking did it because she's smart. And then I used my Lime Crime Wet Cherry in the color Juicy Cherry. It's this fluorescent kind of bright pink glitter I actually should have put on another coat. I was literally sitting here looking at myself thinking, I need more lip gloss. More, man, more.
I gotta have more cowbell, baby.
And if you guys are wondering where I got these gauges, I got them at Love Kills Boutique. I heard about it from Butte Bean. I'll link the website down below. The reason why I'm totally going out of my way to mention them tonight is because I just got an order from them and they had a really good sale. I ordered a bunch of plugs from them and they sent me 2 sets of earrings for free. And I thought that was really fucking badass. So I love badassery like that. And so yeah, basically, I guess I'm going to finish with this. Maybe we should look at the positives of what's going on right now in the world. One of the things that I'm kind of excited for to like being on social distancing and because everything in Montana is closed, is that I'm going to have time to like support other YouTubers by viewing their uploads and by watching their content and commenting on their channels. So I'm super excited about that. And then the other thing that just a little side note is that a lot of the brands, makeup brands, are they're having sales and giving really good deals. And I feel like service providers in general are really going above and beyond, in my state anyway, to like give free Wi-Fi and put mortgages on extensions and freeze rental, things like that. And so like, I feel like people are really doing the best that they can to get this in hand. And so the sooner we get it handled, the better. And so like for those of us who have YouTube channels, it's a good time for us to be able to like promote other people's channels, promote our own channels, and just do makeup without sticking our heads in the sand, right? Like we can have the hard conversations. Like if people don't want to talk about it or they don't want to hear about it, then they don't have to watch my videos. But like I'm not going to stick my head in the sand. I'm just going to engage in the things in my life that are important without not talking about it. So I appreciate that other people aren't talking about it. Like everybody has, their different ways of dealing with things. And I deal with things by talking about them until nobody wants to have me around anymore. So yeah, I think it's a good time for us to like just do the things that we need to do at home. Pray, meditate, exercise, eat good food, spend time with our families. You know, when was the last time you got to spend 2 weeks with your family without doing all that crazy shit? So yeah, anyways, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like this video if you like this look, or if you like this conversation, or if you just like my sparkling personality and my boyish charm. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you can see each time I upload, hang out with me in the comments. You guys could have been anywhere, but you were here with me, and I totally appreciate your support and love.